Okay, let me, where's my mouse? Here, okay.
It's one that has absolute value in it.
Very good. How do I get out of here? Okay, so it's 5.4.
In the book, yes.
Oh. $54. Am I in 5.4? I am. 54. Yes. Here it is.
Yep, that's the one.
Good. Okay. So between 0 and pi, sign is positive. Between pi and 3 pi over 2, sign is negative. So therefore the absolute value equals sign between 0 and pi, but it's negative sign between pi and 3 pi over 2. So between 0 and pi I have to use sign, and I get negative cosine between 0 and pi. And here negative sign is cosine. Cosine prime is negative sign between pi and 3 pi over 2. I have the negative outside, I plug in pi and I get negative 1, minus when I plug in 0, and that's 1, so minus 1. And then plus when I plug in 3 pi over 2, and then minus when I plug in pi. So this is negative 2 with minus in front, this is 0, and this is negative 1 with minus in front, which is 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Is that okay?
That was a little fast for me. Can you start over at the top?
Yes, I can completely do it again. So we have the integral from 0 to 3 pi over 2 from sine x dx, but in absolute value. So on the unit circle, sine is positive here, but sine is negative here. So this is 0, and this is pi, and this is 3 pi over 2. From 0 to 3 pi over 2. And remember, the absolute value of an expression is the positive expression if the expression is greater than or equal to 0, but it's the opposite of the expression if the expression is less than 0. So all I have to do is mimic for sine. So the absolute value of sine between 0 and pi is just sine between 0 and pi. But between pi and 3 pi over 2 will be negative sine x from pi less than x less than 3 pi over 2. So I have to split this integral in two. One of them will be between 0 to pi from sine. The other one will be from pi to 3 pi over 2 from negative sine. And then I just plug in the numbers and find the antiderivative. Is that okay so far?
Yeah, the explanation of the unit circle helped a lot.
Okay, perfect. So then, so I have negative cosine from 0 to pi, and plus cosine, because it already has minus, from pi to 3 pi over 2. And now I will plug in the numbers. Leave the negative outside. When I plug in pi, I get negative 1. Minus, when I plug in 0, I get 1, but it has minus in front. Plus, when I plug in 3 pi over 2, I get 0. Minus when I plug in pi. But when I plug in pi, it's negative 1. So negative 2 with minus in front, negative 1 with minus in front, so the answer is 3.
Great, thank you.
So what really happens is sine is this graph between 0 and 3 pi over 2. But the absolute value moves this piece up here. And this one disappears. So we get this area plus this area. Very good. Anything else? Please review the solutions for all homeworks so you don't make an error. Please review those before the test. Is there anything else you would like to work on?
Can we go over how to verify an inequality without evaluating?
It depends on the inequality. Very good question. Verifying it, if I cannot evaluate it, it's not going to be easy, right? But depending on the inequality. So we had one in the homework. So because x is between 0 and 1, the numbers of x squared will always be smaller than x. For numbers between 0 and 1, like 1/2. 1/2 is between 0 and 1, but if I square 1/2, it's going to be 1/4. So 1/4 is definitely smaller than 1/2. So x squared for any number between 0 and 1 will always be smaller than x. So adding 1 to both sides is very clear, and then you can take the square root because they are both positive. So that's really it on this one. I wouldn't need to do anything else. Is there a particular problem that you have in mind?
Thank you.
Was there a particular problem that you had in mind?
No, there wasn't. I just wanted to talk through one again just to make sure I had it right.
Sure. Anything else you would like to go back to? Other problems? Mark, did you have anything else?
I'm going through my stuff, but I think I'm okay for now.
Well, just let me know if you come across anything else. I'm available. You can call me, you can email me.
Oh, actually, we already went over this once, but I got a different answer than what you did, and I'm just trying to figure out where I'm
Yes,
wrong.
let's take a look.
It was that question 5 to 60 from the book.
From this homework?
It was the one where I had the question about where the bounds of 3. Yeah. I got 18. I don't know why I got 18.
Did you get 9 plus 25 over 2 minus 9 over 2?
I got 6 plus 9.
That is 3 times 3.
Okay, so I had it set up wrong.
No, let's do it again. So this is the integral from 0 to 5 from f of x dx. So do you have this from 0 to 3 from 3 dx plus the integral from 3 to 5 from x dx? Do you have this step?
No, I put mine from 0 to 2 and 3 to 5, and I should have put from 0 to
Yes, you have. You remember, even on the previous one when we differentiate, right? I have to have the same number. If I don't have the same number, I leave a big chunk out of it.
the gap. Yeah.
Yes, there is a gap, correct.
So I bet if I just reevaluate it without the gap, I'd probably get the right answer.
Of course.
Okay.
Anything else? Well, then I will see